You know how people joke about robots taking over the world? It's something we had a few laughs about here on this show just over a year ago.
China has robot police on the streets right now. Not in a lab, not in a concept video. On actual city streets, walking next to real officers, shaking hands with real people. And while you were watching that, America quietly deployed humanoid robots that worked 10-hour factory shifts for 5 straight months. And here's the crazy part, almost nobody is talking about it. So, today, we're going country by country, breaking down the global robot race that is already reshaping the world.
Oh, slightly scared. Nice to meet you, unitary robot.
China didn't just build humanoid robots. They did what nobody thought was possible. In 2025, they started mass-producing them. Meet the Walker S2 from UB Robotics. This thing has racked up over $112 million in orders, and it's getting deployed across factories worldwide right now. Here's what makes it insane. Every 90 minutes, this robot stops what it's doing, pulls out its dead battery, plugs in a fresh one all by itself, and gets right back to work. No supervisor needed, no downtime. It just keeps going. It's got binocular vision, precise enough to pick up delicate components, and an AI brain that doesn't just follow instructions, it plans its own tasks, detects problems before they happen, and figures out fixes on the fly. Their goal? 5,000 units a year by 2026, 10,000 by 2027. China has completely moved past the debate. Manufacturing is the answer, but the Walker S2 is just the beginning. Engine AI just dropped the T. 800. Yeah, they named it after the Terminator, and honestly, it earns it. Full-size humanoid. Punches like a trained fighter, kicks like a martial artist, and looks so insane that when the footage dropped online, people accused them of using CGI. Engine AI literally had to release raw, unedited footage just to prove it was real. It has the physical strength of 90% of adult men, runs for 5 hours straight, and costs $25,000. And if that's not wild enough, they're planning a robot fighting tournament, humanoid robots actually boxing each other. That's real. Then there's the one that genuinely creeped people out. XPeng Iron. When this robot walked on stage, the audience thought it was a person, not a robot, an actual human being walking out. XPeng had to disassemble it on stage just to prove no one was hiding inside. Iron stands 178 centimeters tall. It walks with a runway model smoothness that honestly makes your skin crawl. 82 degrees of freedom across its entire body. Real-time conversation understanding. Soft skin with actual sensory feedback. And China's not stopping at factories and robots either. While the rest of the world was still arguing about whether robot police were ethical, China deployed them. The PM1 is a humanoid police robot already walking the streets of Shenzhen. It does actual patrol duties alongside human officers, responds to voice commands, and can rotate its waist 320 degrees. It waves at crowds, shakes hands with pedestrians, and the plan is to have AI-powered robotic cops deployed in most Chinese cities by 2026. Japan looked at all this and said, cool, but what if the robot could carry you? Kawasaki unveiled Corleo at the Osaka Expo, a hydrogen-powered, 4-legged robotic vehicle designed for you to actually ride, like a mechanical horse. It reads, your body weight shifts and responds to them just like a real animal would. To be clear, it's still a concept, but the technology is real and moving fast. Toyota, meanwhile, revealed something way more immediately useful, WalkMe, a wheelchair that doesn't use wheels. Instead of rolling, it walks. 4 robotic legs, each moving independently like an animal. It can climb stairs, it can step into a car, front legs test the height, pull forward. Rear legs push the weight up. And with one button press, the whole thing folds down to carry-on size in under 30 seconds. That's not just a mobility aid, that's freedom for millions of people. Japan also launched a flying car demo, the SkyDrive SD-05, with a live flight at Expo 2025. Two-seat, electric, vertical takeoff and landing. Not a concept. A real flight, in front of real people. And then there's the convenience store thing. Because Japan decided that retail workers were overrated, Family Mart now has fully unmanned stores near Tokyo Station, 40-plus cameras, weight sensors, AI tracking everything you pick up and putting it on your phone bill when you walk out. No checkout, no cashier. You just grab and go. Over 300 Family Mart locations now use TXAR robots to restock cold compartments around the clock, handling 1,000 bottles and cans per day. The AI running it learns each store's sales patterns and knows exactly when to restock what. Japan didn't just automate stores. They automated the midnight snack run. Germany saw everyone else building smart robots and said, fine, but what about roads that charge your car while you drive? In Bingen, Germany, a 1-kilometer stretch of road is now embedded with copper coils that wirelessly charge electric buses while they drive over it. No plug, no stop, just driving and charging at the same time. They then went bigger, a 7.5 million euro experiment on the Bavarian Autobahn, doing the same thing at highway speeds, driving and charging simultaneously. Germany called it EM power, and the rest of the world called it impossible, until they built it. On the robotics side, Germany's Agile robots unveiled the Agile 1, a humanoid with hands so precise they can assemble a phone screen and then switch to tightening bolts with a wrench, with zero reprogramming. Full production kicks off in Bavaria in early 2026, and a German startup called Robotics raised 120 million euros. To launch MyPa, a household robot that vacuums, unloads the dishwasher, tidies rooms, and monitors your health. The insane part? It connects to a shared learning network. One robot learns to fold clothes, every robot on the network instantly knows how. Figure AI is 3 years old. Already backed by Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and OpenAI. Their Figure 02 robots worked 1 0-hour shifts every day for 5 straight months at a BMW factory in South Carolina. They never broke down. They never called in sick. Now comes Figure 03. Hands that can feel objects as light as 3 grams. A camera in each hand. An AI called Helix that learns entirely by watching humans. In demos, it cleans, folds laundry, clears tables, and does dishes like a human. Figure wants 100,000 of these in homes and factories within the next couple of years. Boston Dynamics retired its old hydraulic Atlas in 2024 and launched a fully electric version. This new Atlas moves beyond human limits, joints that rotate more freely, twisting in ways no human body can. Hyundai is using it in its factories right now. And then there's Tesla. In 2021, Elon Musk said Tesla would build a robot that costs less and works better than anyone else's. Most people laughed. Optimus Gen 2 walks at 5 miles per hour, carries 20 kilograms, and can pick up a raw egg without cracking it. The plan is 5,000 units in Tesla's own factories in 2025, with a long-term target price under $30,000 to make them affordable for regular companies. Tesla believes robots will eventually be as common as cars. And while Tesla builds robots for factories and homes, Google's Waymo is already the most widely used autonomous system in America. In 2024, Waymo completed 4 million driverless trips. As of early 2025, they're running 250,000 paid rides every single week across Phoenix, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Austin. Real people, real money. Nobody in the driver's seat. And here's the stat that'll stick with you. Waymo's robotaxis have 80% fewer crashes than human drivers. The robots are statistically safer than us. They're expanding to London, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Detroit, with a goal of 1 million trips per week by 2026. Here's what nobody is saying out loud. This isn't a story about robots anymore. It's a story about who controls the future of work, cities, and power. China is building the machines, Germany is building the infrastructure, Japan is rethinking what humans even need legs for. And America is making robots that are already safer, faster, and cheaper than people at the things people hate doing most. By the time you finish watching this, several more robots will have come online somewhere in the world. This is the global competition nobody's watching, but it's already reshaping everything. If this hit different, subscribe. Because this story is just getting started.